Hello everyone, this is Stephen Bullock, your instructor for Intro to Computer Applications at Ozarka College. Today what I'm going to do is give you just a little bit of feedback on the Excel Module 2 assignments that I've recently graded, and then I'm going to tell you what we've got coming up due for our next Excel module. Alright, so first thing is, like I said, I did finish grading the Excel Module 2 assignments. Actually finished those this morning. So go ahead and look at your grades for those and the corresponding grading comments, and let me know if you have any questions. Overall, most of you did very well on the assignments, and I really appreciate those of you that are putting the time and effort in. So keep up the good work on that. Now, there were just a few of you who instead of entering the specified functions and formulas in some of the cells in the worksheets, you just typed in the calculated values. And as I've explained before, it's important when it says to insert a formula or function in a particular cell of the worksheet that you actually do that instead of just typing in the calculated values. Because when you just type in the calculated values, that number is just a static number, and it's not going to change when you go in and make changes to the worksheet through the numerical or dollar values in the worksheets. And so in order to make sure that we're doing things efficiently and effectively, one of the big things that we're learning in Excel is how to insert the proper functions and formulas in the worksheet. And so if you just bypass that and just type in the calculated values, there's a couple problems with that. First of all, like I said, it doesn't update when you just type in the calculated values. When you go in and make changes to the worksheet data later, it's not going to update those values. It's also not going to update any charts that you've created based on that numerical data. Also, again, you're not really learning how to insert functions and formulas if you're just typing in the calculated value. So now most of you did it correctly. Most of you did insert the formulas and functions, but I did notice on a couple of the assignments that a few of you you didn't do it on all the formulas and functions, but you did on some. You just typed in the calculated values. And so I just wanted to make sure that everybody understands that it's important to actually insert the functions and formulas and not just the calculated values. Okay? If you have questions about that, just let me know, and I'll be glad to answer any questions that you have on that. All right? The Excel Module 2 objective test, most of you did well on that. Just as a reminder, like I always remind you of, you can take that test as many times as you want to up until the due date. Your highest grade is automatically recorded, so if you don't do well the first time, go ahead and take it again, and it will automatically record your highest grade. All right, and that brings us to what we've got coming up due for our next set of activities. So if we go to the activities page in Ozarka, right now we're towards the end of week 8 of the semester. All right, and you'll notice we don't have any work due next week, but our next set of activities is due the first day of week 10. All right, so you should, even though there's nothing due next week, you should still be working on Excel Module 3 activities, which are due by Sunday, October 22nd. All right, so you've got some time to work on them, but again, don't wait until the 22nd to start on them, because you probably won't be able to get them done. All right, so go ahead and be working on those next week, and let me know if you have any questions. Just like the other modules that we've done in Excel, it's important in this module, obviously, to check all your formatting, check all the functions and formulas for accuracy before you submit your work. Also, check the chart for accuracy as well. All right, this Excel Module 3 assignment You'll notice there's only one assignment. Normally I give you 3 assignments, but on this one I'm just giving you 1 to do because it is pretty detailed and it's going to take a good amount of time to work through it. So that 1 assignment is kind of equivalent to 3 assignments that you've done for previous modules. And so that's, again, why it's important to go ahead and get started as soon as you can on that module, because it will take some time. And basically it's just going to take what you've already learned for modules 1 and 2 and build on that. And the worksheet or workbook that you're doing for module 3 is going to be much more detailed than what you've done for modules 1 and 2. You're going to be learning about what-if analysis in Excel on a worksheet, and some other little bit more complicated formatting features of Excel, and just more tools that you're going to learn about in Excel in this particular module. Okay, so remember, there are demonstration videos available on the assignment page. So make sure you're reading through the instructions here and then watching the videos that I've posted here. It's in 3 parts. So actually it's in 4 parts. That's how kind of detailed that particular assignment is. So especially if you've had some problems with modules 1 and 2, I would highly recommend, and even if you haven't had problems with modules 1 and 2, I would recommend at least watching the demonstration videos, just to kind of help you, kind of guide you through the steps in the textbook. Especially if you, as you're working through the steps in the textbook, if you come across something that's difficult to understand, then watch the demonstration videos, because in the demonstration videos I take you step by step through the formatting and entering the functions and formulas and so forth, and creating the chart. I take you through all those steps in the demonstration videos. So I would highly recommend watching those to help you out. Also, you'll notice I've got the formulas version of the worksheet and the values version of the worksheet as PDFs available here under additional resources, so that you can check all your formulas and functions, so that you can check all your formatting. So I would also recommend using those tools that I provided here under additional resources to help you to make sure that you can, check all your the various parts of your workbook before you submit the workbook for your assignment. Okay. And like I said, if you have questions as you're working through the assignment, just let me know and I'll be glad to help you. Let's see. There's a step on page EX347 in the textbook where it's going to have you remove the filters and the data labels, and then it's going to have you add those back in later. So just make sure that you follow all of the steps, because it's going to have you kind of play around with the various features of Excel by turning some things off and then kind of reapplying the formatting later. And so just make sure that you're doing all those steps. All right. It's also going to have you change some worksheet values on page EX355 and page EX356. Make sure you actually make those changes. Basically, you're making changes to the assumptions in the worksheet as part of that what-if analysis. All right. And let's see. If you do have questions about something particular as you're working through the Excel Module 3 assignment, I would recommend using the discussion link on the activities page in Miles Arca right here. You'll notice there's an Excel Module 3 help discussion there. Use that to ask questions, and that way when I answer your question, other students in the class will be able to see my answer to your question, and it may help other students in the class that are having similar issues. Okay, so just kind of keep that in mind. And let's see. So again, the Excel Module 3 assignment and objective test are both due by Sunday, October 22nd. And then you'll also notice under week 10 we have our next production exam over Excel. So the Excel production exam will be available from the 23rd through the 25th of October. All right. To study for that test or that exam, you'll go back and review the steps that you worked out as you work through Excel modules 1 through 3 on your assignment. So you'll go back and study all the things that you learned from modules 1 through 3 in Excel, and that will be the best way to prepare for that production exam. And I'll send out probably early next week, I'll send you more information about the Excel production exam, and then you'll know specifically some more details about it. But for right now, the main thing to understand is that you're basically going to be tested over what you've learned in Excel through Module 3. Okay? And the only other thing I need to tell you about is I have posted midterm grades. So if you haven't gone in and looked at your midterm grade, go ahead and do that as soon as you can. Let me know if you have any questions. It shouldn't be a surprise to you what your grade is. It's just basically I just looked at whatever your percentage grade was up to this point in the semester, and then entered the equivalent letter grade for that percentage grade that you have. So it shouldn't be a surprise, but if you do have a question about it, I'll be glad to answer any questions that you have. And that's really all I have for you for today. So enjoy your weekend, enjoy next week, and I will talk to you sometime the following week. Thank you.